Hey guys, how's it going? Jacob here. In today's episode, I'm going to give you some very useful and important information for when you're going to be using a CNC machine. I'm going to be teaching you some basics about how to use G&M codes and the various commands for them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
You've been thunderstruck, thunderstruck. Yeah, thunderstruck. Ooh, thunderstruck.
So I had to dig out some papers from my sim days. That was kind of interesting. There wasn't too much dust on them. And here is the G&M code reference sheet. You may already have this, but I'm going to try to put some of it into context for you. There are a lot of things on here, but I would say I'm going to try to cover the important ones. And some of the very important ones are G90 and G91. G90 is setting the program to absolute coordinates. G91 is the incremental coordinate system, otherwise known as relative coordinates. For absolute coordinates, that means that whenever you're putting in your points, it's all based off of 0, 0. So if you have a point that's at 5, 5, and then the next one that's at 7, 7, you're going to put them in like that because it's how far away the x and the y are from 0. Whereas relative is based off of the last point. So let's use the 5, 5, and 7, 7 example again. For the first point, you do it based off of the origin 0, 0. So it would be 5, 5. But if your next location that you're picturing on a grid is 7, 7, you would input x2 and y2 because that's how far away the x is and the y is from the previous point. I hope that made sense to you because that's just beginning. Then you have G00, which looks kind of like goo. Then you have G01. G00 means rapid traverse. That's what you're doing whenever you're going from one location to another. So you're already in there and you're cutting. You're going to do G00 because that's just going to take you right to the next point. G01, as it says, is linear interpolation at a given feed rate. That's when you are plunging into the part because it is going straight down and you need to determine at which speed it's going to go. Then you have G02 and G03, which are the same things basically except for the direction. They are if you're going to be cutting a circle and you need to know if it's going to be going clockwise, which is G02, or counterclockwise, which is G03. And then over on the right hand side, you have M, which are miscellaneous codes, and you have to use M03 and M05 to turn the spindle on, and you have M02, which ends the program, that stops everything. That's something that you're going to put at the very end. And you have M06, which is a tool change. And when you use a tool change, you're going to need a command that works alongside that, which will be covered momentarily. Here you have frequently used characters. N is the block or line number, so that's what you would put at the beginning of every single line. If it's line 1, you put N01. If it's line 10, N10. If it's line 15, N15. All that stuff. And then you have the feed rate. That's how fast it's going to be going into the part. So you would put F and then whatever speed you want it to go. Make sure it's safe. There are calculations that you can do to find the necessary feed rate and spindle speed. I'm not going to cover that, but I'm sure you'll learn about it real soon. And you have the spindle speed, which is, wait for it, yes, you guessed it, the speed at which the spindle is going to be running. And remember how I talked about M06 being for tool change? Well, then you use T to determine what tool you want it to go to. So say you want it to be the third tool, so you do M06 T03, so it would go to that. And when you're plotting the points that you want it to go to, you use X and Y for the X and Y coordinates. And say you are going down, you are plunging or you're actually going out of the part, you are pulling up. Then you use the z coordinate to determine how far in you're going to go or how far up you're going to go. And then you have I and j. Those are similar to the x and y coordinates, but that's for the center of a circle. So say I'm going to be making a circle and I start at 1 1 and then I'm going to go to 5 5. Then you use the I and j locations after the x and y locations to determine where the circle is, well, the center of the circle, and then that's what determines the arc for it. Here you have the extra commands. Does anything on here look important? Give me a second, give me a second. I'm scanning, I'm scanning. I should have done this sooner. Don't hate me, don't hate me, don't hate me. And yep, yep. Uh-huh. These are some interesting things. I don't think I needed this. This seems like the kind of thing I should edit out. We'll see if this makes it to the final cut. Alright. If this is still in there, then thanks for sticking around for this one. Okay, so that awkward moment aside, that's really all I have to say when it comes to GNM codes. I don't really have any good means of showing you how it works because I could type something up, but you wouldn't really know what that means because you don't, well, I don't own a CNC. I don't have that kind of money. But you're going to get to write your own GNM codes. You're going to get to use it on the CNC. I know that what we got to do was we made our initials. First of all, it was jagged lines, and then we got to implement curves. So I did JBR, and I think I did a really good job. I was really impressed, and it was a lot of fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun. So also, speaking of fun, I know you had fun watching the video, so make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video so others can learn about GNM codes just like you did. So I'll see you next time. Bye.